Alright. Hello, everybody. Hello and welcome. How are you doing? Hopefully I find you well today. Today is Monday. Today's the beginning of the first official full week of September 2016. Are you excited? No? Well, I guess it all depends on your perspective, right? I'm Darkside Phil. Welcome to my gameplay stream for today. Today I will be playing the King of Fighters 14 live on stream, okay? And then later tonight I will be reviewing Attack on Titan over on KOGaming. That's what's my agenda today. Not sure what your agenda is today. I guess it all depends on, where you are. Are you going to school today? Are you going to work? Today's Labor Day in the United States. Now, a lot of people don't know what Labor Day is because it is a holiday pretty much only for the United States of America. I guess what it's supposed to be is a day when we reflect upon, work, employment, the productivity of the country, and, we think about a lot of different things that factor in with that. And, traditionally it's a day where a lot of people get it off from work and or school, depending on, what you do for a living. However, it's completely the flip side for a lot of people. For example, if you work in an office, if you work at a government agency, if you work for the postal service, a bank, all of those are closed today. But if you work for retail and or the service industry, so if you sell things in a physical store, or if you make, do make food or stuff like that, typically today is a huge volume day. Why is it a huge volume day? Simply put, because most people have today, well, not most, but a lot of people have today off from those other kinds of jobs. So because one group of people has today off, other people have to work twice as hard. I know that sounds really, really stupid, but a lot of cases, that's how the United States of America works. So, me, I work almost every day. It's a rare exception when I'm really not either live streaming or uploading videos of some sort, okay? Well, I'm certainly not the norm, that's for sure. We know that what I do is far different than what a standard person's job would be considered. But, for example, Leanna works a retail job, and she's working today. And she's not too happy about working today, let me tell you. She's pretty disappointed that some people get to work today and get time and a half. That's true as well. A lot of people who actually work holidays in the United States of America get paid basically, 1.5 times what they should normally be making. And, unfortunately, some people don't. And it really is a weird situation in the United States that some people get treated differently just because of where you work. I don't get it. But anyway, I digress. A lot of people will be home today, barbecuing. Today's a traditional day when people stay home and barbecue food and spend time with their families, while others have to work. So, it is what it is. I am going to have fun playing games, sharing that experience with you today. So, thank you to those of you who are here for today's live stream. I appreciate that. Okay? Now, this week's going to be a busy one. This week's going to be a fun one. But it's also going to be covering a lot of stuff, all of which I pretty much outlined last night in my weekend preview video. So, if you did not check it out yet, I strongly recommend that you check out the weekend preview that I released last night, because it covered a long range of content that I'll be putting out this week, including the final Black Ops Zombies DLC tomorrow, the continuation and hopefully conclusion of Deus Ex Mankind Divided, the review of King of Fighters 14, the possible review of Deus Ex, the Nuka World DLC and Fallout 4, plus all kinds of other stuff as well. So, lots of stuff, alright? Lots and lots of stuff coming up this week. All of which you can get the details of if you check out my weekend preview video, so please do. Alright? In addition, last night, I released a special vlog on the King of Hate Vlogs channel, by which I discussed the new YouTube controversy from this week, which was the fact that apparently YouTubers were getting ad monetizations removed from their videos. And I waited all week to make this video simply because I wanted to get all the information on the situation, and rather than make a 5 to 7 minute, completely pointless, fluff-filled drama video about it that literally taught you nothing and didn't explain anything about the situation. I waited all week and I made a 36-minute long, full explanation with the actual stuff going on behind the scenes of YouTube, explaining it, what's really going on after doing research. Because what 95% of YouTubers talked about this week when they talked about this subject in their vlogs was not the truth. It was all speculation and bullshit. Because they just wanted to make a drama video for views. They didn't actually really care about, relaying any kind of useful information. So, there you have it. Please check it out. Alright? Please check it out. On the King of Hate Vlogs. It's been live for about maybe 14 hours now. It has some pretty decent views already. I think it's up to 5,000 or more. So give it a look when you get a chance. You will probably learn something about what's really been going on. Okay? So what else is going on? Not much. Honestly, not much. I'm looking forward to this week because I am going to be wrapping up a lot of stuff, reviewing a lot of stuff, which is good. It's always good to get a good, fresh batch of reviews out there to the public. Over on KOGaming, keep that channel moving, right? Keep the flow going, keep the interest going for the new subscribers over there. Outside of that, not much else going on. This month in particular will be a month of some fun stuff coming up with the remasters. But outside of that, it's not like it's a holiday month, you know what I mean? It's not like it's a month where there's a giant AAA release that everyone wants to see. So it's kind of just kind of business as usual until we start to get hype for the huge, overhyped new releases coming out pretty much starting in October, right? All right. So, ladies and gents, two quick plugs, and we'll get started here. I got a burp, by the way. I'm trying to get it out before I, there we go. Wow, triple burp. Excuse me. I wanted to get that out before I started talking about these things because I didn't want to interrupt in the middle of a sentence. All right. First of all, Patreon. Big update. If you were a patron of mine, if you pledged to my Patreon in the month of August, and you either pledged $5 or more, and I owe you a perk, I messaged you on Patreon.com last night. Okay? If I need any more information from you to get you your perk, please respond to that message with your information, and I will get you your perks hopefully within a week or so. I'll sort all that information together, and I will submit it to my webmaster for your forum upgrades, or getting your questions answered on Ask the King so you can access that thread, or getting a private Q&A video, whatever it is. Alright? I want to work on that starting this coming weekend, so I need your information. Please respond ASAP. Also, it's official. The thread, the poll for the special retro game that will be played as a result of hitting August's Patreon goal is live. The choices are Jak 3 HD, Banjo-Kazooie HD, and Crash Bandicoot 3. From what I've seen in the polls, right now, I believe Banjo-Kazooie is in the lead by a slight margin. Not a huge margin, it's a very slight margin. But it is in the lead. I believe that Jak 3 is right behind it. And then trailing in third is Crash 3. I think, honestly, what's going on here, from what I've read, there's actually some comments in the thread for this poll. People are trying to convince others not to vote for Crash 3 because there is a Crash Remastered collection coming out, I guess, next year at some point. And people are saying, no, have Phil wait for that and play the remastered version. Well, the bottom line is I already own Crash 3. I bought it last year when I was playing the Crash games in marathon sessions. Okay? And it would kind of suck if I had to rebuy the damn game in HD just to play it next year. But I guess we'll see what happens. So right now, Banjo-Kazooie in the lead, but it's early. I just sent out these messages last night, and I think it's only about 20 people or so who've actually voted. I believe that of all the patrons in August, there's something like 40 or 50 who might have pledged that $5 level and have the ability to vote. So I guess we'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to see how it goes. So that's one update. Number 2. This month, the new goal is a Halloween horror marathon. If we hit the funding goal for this month, on October 31st, I'll be playing a horror-themed marathon of games, by which people who pledge $5 or more by the end of this month will be nominating and voting on what games I will be playing in that marathon. I'll also be wearing a Halloween costume and have webcam on the entire time. So, it's going to be a fun event. Last year I did a Halloween marathon for the first time in years, but it wasn't a very good one because I ended up playing the same game all day and people got bored. This time around, mixing it up between multiple horror-themed games, I think is the better way to go, and I think people will really enjoy it, okay? So, please, if you're interested in seeing a cool Halloween horror marathon on Halloween, please pledge to my Patreon this month. If you want to be in on the nomination and voting of the horror games, please pledge $5 or more. There it is at patreon.com/DarkSidePhil, and I'll talk more about that as we approach the end of the month, alright? Alright. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, I actually have not talked about this in a few days, so I feel like I should today. My girlfriend Leanna owns her own business. You know, she's hardworking. Not only does she have a part-time job, but she also has her own soap business. She makes handmade glycerin soaps and wax tart melts. And this business has been open since February of 2015. It's been very successful. She shipped over 500 orders all around the world. She doesn't just ship to the United States. She also ships to Canada, Mexico, parts of Europe, Australia, all kinds of places. Okay? Her soaps are higher quality than typically what you would buy in the store. Typically what you buy in the store most of the time ends up being labeled a detergent bar or a beauty bar because it doesn't even contain the basic ingredients of soap anymore. That's also why it's cheap as hell, but that's also why it's bad for your skin. Alright? So, what Leanna makes is good for your skin. Great scents. It's natural for you. Alright? Check it out at etsy.com/shop/theblackcurrant. Keep in mind she also sells wax tart melts. These are little cubes of scented wax that you can melt in a, melter. I've seen them as cheap as like $10. You can get them at a store. And it makes your house smell great, much like burning a scented candle. The difference is there's no risk of fire or anything like that. So, give it a look on our Etsy shop. And don't take my word for it, alright? That it's good. Instead, check it out for yourself and you'll see there's been nothing but positive feedback in the year and a half that she sold these products. People really seem to like them. It's not just about yourself either. Think of it as a gift for a friend or a family member. Check it out. It's good stuff. Alright. Alright, folks. That is it. I'd like to say thank you for being a little patient. What we're going to do, what's on the agenda. First, I'm going to try out the 2 offline modes in King of Fighters that I have not played yet. So I'll be trying time trials and survival mode. Then, once I'm done with that, I'll be jumping online and playing online a little bit. It'll be more party gameplay than anything else. Remember the party mode where you only control one character out of the 3 in your party? Simply put, because the online play is kind of crap for me. The input delay is terrible. It makes it unplayable at a competitive level. And I'd rather just have fun today with the online play rather than get all frustrated. Okay? So that's the deal, and that's what's going to happen. Alright. Thanks very much, everybody, and it is time to begin with King of Fighters 14. Thanks for being patient, and now, let's start.